Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 10 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 10 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 150 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked 24 at random. She'll put one a day into a blue Glencairn glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so this is a little bit funky. Possibly a bit of smoke. Smells a bit like wood smoke. Possibly a little bit fruity in there. Yeah, it's definitely like a charred oak, like potentially like wood smoke, like smouldering, like wood. Seems a little bit light on the nose. There's definitely not much alcohol. Instantly reminds me of something like a Stowning or a Macmillan with the sort of wood smoke / juniper smoke. Getting a little bit of hint of like ashy bonfire now. And potentially even a hint of like rubber. There's some vanilla in there as well. But yeah, definitely mostly on the smoky side. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, this is exactly what I picked up on the nose, but yeah, at full volume. It's very punchy, very ashy, very smoky. It's got quite a bit of heat and chili pepper. It's much hotter on the palate than I thought it would be based on the nose. It really is tingling my taste buds. But yeah, that ashy smoke is quite dominant. Reminds me definitely of when a fire has got right down to just a pile of ash and there's that sort of wafty smoke just coming from that slightly hot ash that's left. In terms of sweetness, I'm not getting any fruit or anything like that now. Not like I did on the nose, but there definitely is like a vanilla and icing sugar, that sort of note. But yeah, ABV wise at this stage I'd say it's probably around the 48 to 50% ABV. But let's have another sip. Yeah, it's interesting. The ashy smoke is what dominates, the heat is what dominates, the chili pepper as it sort of fires up your taste buds is what dominates, but there is a sweetness there. I think there's a bit more than vanilla sweetness. There is potentially like an orchard fruits or something like that, which must come from the base spirit, but I would say this is an ex-bourbon matured whiskey. And I would say with the amount of smoke and that, I'm not really getting a European whiskey vibe with the actual spirit itself. I would say this does lean more towards a Scotch whiskey. The finish on this is massively, massively long. It goes on for days. It's the sort of whiskey that I think you could easily spend 10 minutes between sips, because those flavours just linger on and on and on. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, the mouth coating with this is really nice. It's slightly oily, which is which is always nice. It's not thin on the palate, but that ashy smoke. And I'm not an overly big fan of peated whiskey. I have to be in the mood, and it has to be the right time of year. But although this wouldn't be a whiskey that I'd reach out for very often if I owned it, it definitely, what it does do, it does incredibly well. And those ashy smoke notes are, yeah, they are incredible. I think this is possibly an Islay. I think an Islay Scotch whisky is where I'm gonna pin this, and I'm gonna say it's 50 plus. So I think it's just over 50, 50% ABV, and I don't know if I could nail the distillery of this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this one. Possibly an Ardbeg, but yeah, I don't think I can nail it, and I don't think I can really nail it to a distillery, but I'm going to say Ardbeg. Should we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's a Bruichladdich PC1860 Micro Provenance 8. It's 61.4% ABV, and it was sent to me by Ian Robinson. Yeah, I definitely don't have much experience with Bruichladdich, and obviously this is part of a very small batch series that Bruichladdich do from time to time. And yeah, this is yeah, it's punchy. Would I say it's 60+%? No, I wouldn't, because I'd say it's quite drinkable. It doesn't overwhelm the palate in such a way that it makes your eyes water, or that you feel that you need to have water. So that's good from that sort of ABV. But yeah, this is a special release from a number of years ago, so it's definitely one that you can't buy again. But I do remember I think there were 100ml samples, so I think I might have a decent amount of this left to take my time and savour it properly. But yeah, I think this is the right time of year for this sort of dram, and yeah, maybe it's time to finish the sample. But either way, I'm going to finish what's in this glass off camera and enjoy it properly. And yeah, I definitely need to get more Bruichladdich in my collection, so I can try some more. Hopefully you found this interesting, and I'll see you again tomorrow for day 11. Sauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.